Welcome back. So today we will be doing a Batman Arkham boss battle tier list. Now in the last tier list video I said I'm not doing another one unless that one did really well. I'm not doing any more tier lists ever. I just really wanted to make a video and make an opinion thing. I might make another tier list video if this does well. If it doesn't, I'm never doing it again. And it did. So here we are. So again, this is all Batman Arkham boss battles, I believe up until Batman Arkham Knight. The pictures are very small, so forgive me if I stumble on what some of these are, but I will try my best, because I'm looking at some of these pictures and I can't quite figure out what they are. Anyway, we start off with the Titan Joker fight. We start off with the first big bang. That joke. It's not great, is it? It's not bad. I mean, no, it is bad, isn't it? It's not very fun. It's the least Asylum of the Asylum boss fights. Okay, right, we're gonna have to do process of elimination here. No. It could go in fine. It's not awful. Okay, we're gonna put it in meh. I feel like that makes the most sense, because it's just not great. It's the part of Arkham Asylum everyone goes, oh yeah, that was there. So we're gonna put it in meh. And move on. We're also going to be ranking these within the tiers, so by the end of it we'll have like a definitive list of best to worst. So the next one is the Victor Zsasz fight. I wouldn't really say this is a boss fight, it's more a tutorial, so for simply that reason it's going in awful, because it's not a boss fight. It's literally glide kick and over. Then we've got the first Titan fight in Asylum. Not sure, again, not really a boss fight, it's more of a tutorial boss. So I guess by that metric it is a boss fight, I just called it a boss fight. So let's... it's better than the Zsasz fight, because it takes more. Okay, you know what, if that goes in there, Joker can go up to fine. Because there is a difference between these two fights. Scarecrow. Scarecrow for me, you've got to look at it as like a bundle of three. And I think Scarecrow's bundle of three has to go in best of the best. Like, it does. It just has to. There isn't any... There's no reason I can think of to be like, oh, Scarecrow doesn't deserve to be there. Because he does. It's the best part of Arkham Asylum. Like, boss fight-wise it is. And it's so memorable, and it's just great. And again, that's the part of Arkham Asylum everyone likes, whereas the Joker fight isn't. Next up on the chopping block, we have Bane. Now, Bane to me is a weird one because he's not really that interesting. He's a Titan fight. At the end of the day, it's just a glorified Titan fight. And for that reason, I just don't see how he can... I think... is it better than Joker? I think it probably is. No, it's probably not. The Joker one has... You have to be on your toes a bit more in the Joker one. But Bane can get really hard on higher difficulties. Whereas the Joker one really doesn't. Like, Joker's really easy unless you're doing like a no-hit run. So, we'll put Bane in fine. Better than Joker. No, not better than Joker. I don't think Bane's better than Joker. The Joker one gets a lot of flack because it's the final fight, right? Which makes sense. Next we have Victor Zsasz when he kidnaps Dr. Young. Again, not really a boss fight. Awful. Victor Zsasz has had a bad showing at her. Harley Quinn here. This is in the penitentiary after the electrified floor fight, which I can never say properly. I assume it means that fight on the electrified floor, and that's really memorable to me. That's one of the bits of Arkham Asylum I always used to really enjoy as a kid. I don't know why. I think it was watching people get electrocuted was just funny to me. That was a joke. No, it wasn't. Harley Quinn. I do like it. Like, it's fun, but it's not great. Fine, it's fine. It's gonna go higher than Bane. No, it's not. No, it's not. The Dual Titan monster fight. Ooh. I actually think this isn't very good either. Again, we look at this tier list and it's like, is it better than Joker? No. is it better than Bane? It's probably harder than Bane, right? If like, I guess there's 2 Titans, whereas Bane is just 1 Titan. It's better than Harley Quinn. I think that makes sense, because it is just 2 Titans. Like, there's nothing else there. Killer Croc. Killer Croc's definitely high up. I think it's one of the most unique fights in the series. Like, full stop. It's one of the most unique fights in the series. But it's not really a fight. It's more of a game of cat and mouse, which is probably why it's really good. It doesn't belong in best of the best, because I don't think it is. And that hurts to say. It's definitely higher than pretty good. It will go really great, because I really do love Killer Croc's boss fight. Like, even to this day, it freaks me out. And I've played that boss fight in front of my fiance, and she laughs at me because it scares me. I'm sure she loves to revel in that I'm still scared of a game that I've been playing since I was about 6. Probably before that. The next one is the Titan fight in the sewers, or in the really enclosed Titan fight bit, as you're making your way up back to Arkham Island. This for me is really cool. Like, I really like this. Again, I wouldn't consider it a boss fight. Like, it's not against a boss, it's against a Titan thug. But I think it's got to go pretty high, because it's difficult. Like, people die on this section a lot, especially on challenge runs. Like, it's really hard. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in pretty good. I don't think it belongs in a lot of fun, because it often cannot be a lot of fun. I don't think it belongs next to Killer Croc. Scarecrow's pretty dead set. Poison Ivy. She's a weird one for me. Because again, as a kid, I always used to like it. But now, I just find it annoying. Like, if I'm doing a playthrough of Arkham Asylum, I'm like, oh, gotta do Poison Ivy. Like, that little kind of, like, boss run segment at the end of Arkham Asylum, where you literally go from, like, Croc. No, you do Scarecrow, Croc, Ivy, Joker. In, like, an hour's span, or an hour and a half span. This is the weakest of it for me. No, Joker's the weakest, but I don't enjoy it. I'm going to put it in pretty good. I know I said I just said I didn't enjoy it. It's very memorable. Whereas, like, Bane, for example, I don't think it is. The Dual Titan fight is memorable, but it's probably because you just get the line launcher after it, right? I'm going to put it in pretty good above this enclosed space fight. Because, again, it is cool. It's a cool set piece. I think it's a boring fight. Like, I think that's why it gets me. Because I'm just like, oh, battering. Like, you just sit and spam left trigger until Poison Ivy gets blown up and killed. But the next one on the chopping block is the Dual Titan fight just before the Joker fight. And I actually think this is better than the Joker fight. I genuinely would have messed with this one a lot harder. Voice crack. Would have messed with this one a lot harder if this was the boss fight and, like, Joker just came down and got one tap by Batman at the end. So I'm gonna. Again, though, it's 2 Titans, but it's 2 Titans with thugs and in one of the best looking arenas in the game. You got to take that into account. I'm gonna go fine. It's above Joker. Like, it's a better boss fight, but at the end of the day, it is just 2 Titans. Like, this one, right? I know this might seem weird because the enclosed fight in the sewers is just 1 Titan, right? But it's the fact it's so enclosed and it's really hard. Like, if you play it on hard especially, like, this fight can get really overwhelming, so there's an element of something else there. Whereas, like, the 2 Titan fight here is just 2 Titans. Like, there's nothing else to it. It's just 2 Titans. And so, like, this fight, despite the fact it's only got 1 Titan, I think is slightly better. Anyway, Mr. Sickle from Batman Arkham City. This is the one in the museum. Not really a boss fight, kind of meh, but you can build up a big combo, and I like building big combos. I'm gonna stick Mr. Sickle in fine. No, it's meh. No, it's fine. It's fun. I like fighting Mr. Hammer and Mr. Sickle. I just think that's like a fun little kind of dynamic that you have to, like, fight them a few times throughout the game. Mr. Hammer by proxy can also go in fine, because again, I don't hate these. I do actually prefer Mr. Hammer, so we'll put him in there. We'll put him higher than his brother. The Titan Thug in the museum. Again, is this really a boss fight? It's fun. I really like the gladiator pit in the museum. I think that's a really cool setting. But it's nothing special. I think this should go in meh. Because you get loads of room. Obviously, there's the new Titan controls, which is cool to use. But apart from that, I don't really think this is anything, like, overly interesting. It's cool. It's cool to be like, oh, look, Batman Arkham Asylum reference. Solomon Grundy. Ooh, Solomon Grundy. I like Solomon Grundy. Solomon Grundy's good. Solomon Grundy, for me, is a lot of fun. I would actually describe, yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna move Hammer and Sickle down. Because I don't feel like they're on par with... Like, they're not really boss fights, are they? I'd say that Harley Quinn electrified floor fight is really just complete bias. Like, I just really like that whole thing. I just think it's cool. Poison Ivy in Batman Arkham City, not the best. It's like a smaller version of her fight in Arkham Asylum. Meh. It's probably better than those two, though. Like, it's fun. Playing as Catwoman, that's kind of cool. Ra's al Ghul, right, I think Ra's al Ghul, so for the Ra's al Ghul, I'm going to factor in the Demon Trials as well, because I feel like that's a part of it, but I've never really liked the Ra's al Ghul fight. It's fine, like, it serves a purpose. The set piece is cool. I think it was watered down for me after the Deathstroke fight, though. Because after the Deathstroke fight in Asylum, or Origins even, it just was like, oh, it's the same move, like he's doing the exact same thing, and it kind of watered that down, despite the fact it was the first one. So, I don't know, I feel like I'll get a lot of flack if I don't put it quite high up, but I just don't feel like it deserves to be quite high up. Like, pretty good feels harsh, because it is better than Poison Ivy, but it's not better than Grundy. Is it better than Grundy? I guess it comes down to personal preference. I'm going to put it there. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Mr. Freeze, obviously, kind of a layup, best of the best. Not the best boss fight in the series, I don't think. I think it's been surpassed, especially in Arkham Origins. I think there's a good 2 or 3 fights that are better than it. Mr. Freeze, though, for me, is definitely one of the better ones in terms of making you feel like a Batman. I know I just said the funny buzzword line, but it genuinely does. Like, it is so cool in that, like, you can only use certain things. You can use the attacks once and then he learns, and I think for that, it's really cool, but I think people have harped on about it so much about how good it is, and it's just lost a bit of shine. Like, it's got to the point where it's like, oh, someone's doing an Arkham City retrospective. Where's the Mr. Freeze section? It's going to take 45 minutes. I'm talking about myself. Joker's Funhouse, I assume this is. This is the screenshot after he gets knocked down in the Funhouse, right? This is really cool. I had actually put this higher than... In fact, I'd put this in really great. Joker's Funhouse is one of the best bits in C. Like, I really like it. Like, obviously you get the Titan, you get all the thugs, like Joker's in there and he can't be taken down, and although it's only one person, I think that's a really cool thing to have. Like, just one guy who can't be taken down properly. And then obviously, say you've got Mr. Sickle, or Mr. Hammer, Mr. Sickle, whichever one comes back. I think it's Mr. Hammer. It would be Mr. Hammer, wouldn't it? And then obviously the Titan Thug, yeah. Joker's Funhouse is really fun, and the challenge map's fun. Clayface. So again, this is Clayface in his second stage, but I'm going to assume, obviously this means him in both forms. Bit disappointing for me. Like, I never really feel particularly excited to face Clayface. I've always found it a bit easy. That last part actually is kind of cool, where you're like fighting the little clay minions. But it's not great. I like the arena. I think it's better than Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy boss fight's just weird. Right, this is Catwoman against Two-Face. Can I be honest? I hate this boss fight with a passion. Like, with a burning passion, I hate this boss fight. It is so hard. Like, I mean, it's not, because Catwoman's attacks do a lot of damage to Two-Face. But the amount of time I've spent just trying to get through it, rather than actually playing it, is just painful. Like, I don't enjoy it. at all. Like, it is genuinely the one part of Arkham City where I'm like, oh, Christ. Gotta play as Catwoman. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in bad. Personal preference, I just hate it. Mad Hatter has got to be up there. Mad Hatter's really cool. But Mad Hatter's kind of carried by the set piece, though. Like, in terms of the actual boss fight, it is just thugs. It's just standard thugs. But the whole, like, fake antidote and the tea party and... yeah, it's really cool. It's not higher than Ray Shoggle, but it can go there. Riddler's boss fight, not particularly great. I mean, to get to it, you have to do a lot of work. And as someone who's done that, a lot of work, a few times, it does feel a bit of a letdown. But you do get to, like, basically torture the Riddler, which is extremely funny. But I just don't feel like he's too amazing. So, we will put Riddler. I think we'll put him in fine. No, meh, because you don't fight him, do you? You just sneak. You just sneak around his weird saw trap. I think he's the lowest of meh. Like, again, not really a boss fight. Deadshot. Batman Arkham City Deadshot. Not very good. Like, really not very good. You literally just run up to him and press Y to take him down. There's nothing there. It's an actual nothing burger mission. Harley Quinn at the end of Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC. Oh, I've played this fairly recently for a video, so it kind of still lingers a bit. Not particularly memorable for me, I have to admit. Not something... The ending bit with the Wonder City Guardians is fun. Like, that's fun. So for that, I think it has to go in at least fine. Like, it's not bad at all. Is it better than Titan Joker? Probably not. Is it better than Bane? Probably not. I think that's fair. Because it's not better than Bane. But then again, that might just be my Bane bias, because I just love Bane. This, I can't even see what that is. I think this is Robin against the Titan Thug. Yeah, okay, that's the first fight. Like, the first big fight in the Steel Mill in Harley Quinn's Revenge. This is really hard. Like, I have to admit, I think this is really hard. Again, right, so it's better than... I think it's just below the final... No, it's just above the final boss fight, actually, because the final boss fight's easier than that fight... than that second fight, so... I think it should... Yeah, that seems fair. Again, it's not better than Bane, but Bane's kind of carried simply by the fact Bane's there. But, like, it's not a bad fight at all. Killer Croc in Arkham Origins, really cool. Obviously, it's a tutorial boss fight, but I think it's fine. It's a top tier tutorial boss fight. I think that, because I do like that final 2 Titan fight in Asylum. And considering Killer Croc's a tutorial fight, basically, to just introduce you to, like, cape stunts and whatever, this is a really good attempt. Like, I really like it. Then we've got Black Mask that looks like the Arkham City Black Mask in the train segment of the challenge map. Weird one to put on here. But I guess you do fight him at the end. So... it's a challenge map. It's not great. It's going in bad. I'm sorry. It's going in bad. It's slightly better than... No, actually, because the whole challenge map is cool. It's above Riddler. It's not above Hammer and Sickle. Nah. Electrocutioner, unironically, I think is really fun. Okay. I feel like this needs some context before I get torn apart in the comments. Electrocutioner is good because of how bad it is. Like, the setup and the whole aura around that fight is so cool. And so when it kind of turns out to be a bit of a gimmick fight, I feel like that works so well within the context of Arkham Origins and the game doing things differently. I genuinely think, like, not as a fight, but as a concept, it's really cool. Okay, no, it doesn't deserve to be really great, though, does it? It's probably pretty good. No, because the context of it, that's, like... I'm going to put it in pretty good. Low pretty good. No, because it's not better than that 2-Titan fight. Oh, it's slipping. It's slipping. In terms of boss fight mechanics, it's an awful. So if we're going off that, we're going to leave it bottom of awful, because it's one button press. But it is kind of cool, so it's going there. Deathstroke. Deathstroke is a bit of a weird one for me. Because on one hand, I think Deathstroke is a really cool boss fight. On the other hand, I think after you've played it a few times, it loses that shine. Big style, like, it becomes easy. Like, if you played it more than twice, you could probably do it without getting hit. But it is really cool. And so I think it's going to go in a lot of fun. And I think it's going to go below Ra's al Ghul because he did it first. And I'm going to move Mad Hatter down. I'm actually going to move Clayface up. Because Clayface is... I like Clayface, actually. This is just Brandon from the SWAT team in Arkham Origins. I'm not sure what this is meaning. I can't think, apart from that time you counter his one punch in the Firefly Bridge section. I can't remember what this could possibly be referring to. So we'll just assume it's... I actually don't know. Is the final confrontation against Jay? Yeah, no, that's there. Yeah, no idea. Awful. Please correct me if I'm being stupid, by the way. I don't know what... There's that one bit in the GCPD where Batman, like, takes him out. But that's not a boss fight. That's just 3 armed guys with guns and you've got a smoke pellet. Okay, now we're firmly into Arkham Origins territory. So, Copperhead. I used to find Copperhead really annoying. She grew on me, and now I actually really like it. It's like a mixture of Scarecrow and someone else. I can't think who, but I really like it. It's pretty good. It's top of pretty good. The first Bane segment, so that's when you're in the Gotham Royal, and he is just throwing you about like a bitch. I think Bane, for me... Bane obviously has probably the best trilogy of boss fights, if you consider the top of the Gotham Royal again, and then Blackgate. I think overall he has the best trilogy. This first segment is cool. It's a lot of fun. Like, that's how I describe it. Firefly, I really, really enjoy Firefly's segments in Arkham Origins, or Firefly segment. I think that whole boss fight and the music and say the fact you're on the bridge, it's so cool. It's probably, for me, I genuinely think it's above Ra's al Ghul. I don't know, Ra's al Ghul for me is just a bit meh. No, it can't be above Ra's al Ghul because it's not better than Deathstroke. Is it though? It probably is better than Deathstroke. Overall, it's better than Deathstroke. It's going there, it's going in the middle. Bane in Blackgate, the first time, so when you're in the like the fighting arena with him. Again, really cool. I like the bit where Batman uses the gloves to stop his heart. I think that's pretty sick. It's above Clayface for me. I just really love it. I just love Bane. And then that stealth boss fight, that's going in really great. Oh, I've lost it. Where's it gone? Where have I put that? There we go. It's going in really great. It's a really great boss fight. It's probably above the Funhouse. It's not above Killer Croc, but you can't out-stealth the Master of Stealth boss fights. Joker in the Thing, that's boring. Like, it's just button mashing, basically. It gets above awful because there's more than one button press, and emotionally, it's a really cool ending. Deadshot in Arkham Origins is really cool. It's genuinely one of the best representations of a Deadshot fight in anything. Like, the way you can ricochet bullets off the walls, and then you gotta, like, beat him down to take him out. I think that's really cool. We're gonna put... Is it really great? It's not really great. It's not above Grundy. It's better than Ra's. Raish is getting shot on her. I feel bad. Like I feel like Raish is really good, but at the same time, I feel like I'd just be doing that so people didn't get angry. You know what? You can go bottom of a lot of fun. I think that's fair. Next, we've got Shiva. I don't like the Shiva fight a lot, or at all, really. I mean, again, it's better than these fights because there's more than one button press. But really not for me. It's probably above Riddler. Yeah, it's above Riddler. Black Mask in the church. Again, I just don't... Doesn't do anything for me. It's okay. It's fine. It's passable. Anarchy or Anarchy. Same thing. It's like, really just don't care. Mad Hatter in Arkham Origins is really cool. Like, I really, really like Mad Hatter in Arkham Origins. Like, the whole, like, Wonderland segment, and yeah. It's pretty good. It's above Ivy. It's above the other Mad Hatter one. I'm just making sure that these are all... Yeah, they are. Bird, again, I just don't care. Like, you're in the club and you fight Bird and Snooze. It's better than Black Mask. Ooh, okay, I didn't expect this to be in it. The fight against Talia in the Initiation DLC. That's cool. Yeah, that's throwing me off a bit. That is cool. But is it really cool? It's not better than... I don't know, is it? Is it better than Croc in Origins? It is good. Like, it's difficult. You know what? I'm going to put it in pretty good. Because it's hard. Then we've got Mr. Freeze in the Cold Cold Heart DLC. That's top tier. I like it. I did a review, or not really, like a retrospective, on the Cold Cold Heart DLC. And in it, I felt like I was a bit harsh on the Mr. Freeze fight, because it is cool. Like, so I said you can only take him down by dropping the icicles on his head, which is just categorically wrong. Like, I just didn't think that you could do anything else, so when I played through it again, I just did that. But it's not... I really like it. It's not, like, best of the best here. It's not really great. It's probably in here somewhere. It's probably just below... It's above Deadshot, below Bane. I feel like that's right. Batman Arkham Knight. Okay, how many sections of bad and awful can we fill off? Arkham Knight has some seriously stinky boss fights. But you know what? We've got to give them a fair shot. There's like... I genuinely looking at these now, I'm like, none of these are going top tier. Anyway, the Arkham Knight tank fight at Ace Chemicals. It's hard. It's better than... It can go here. It's okay. Like, it's not bad. Like, I'm not going to knock any of the tank section down because they're in a tank, because I just think that's stupid, but it's not bad. Scarecrow? Is this the final encounter of the game? Do we include this, like, the Joker segment? Because if we include the Joker segment, then this is quite high. If we don't, it genuinely drops to bad, because it's a cutscene. So it's not really a boss fight, is it? If we include the Joker segment, we'll include that. It gets up to a lot of fun. It's below Deadshot. In terms of replayability, no, pretty good. The whole Joker thing with the shotgun, it's fine. It's serviceable, like it does a job. The Joker fight where you snap his neck in the alley, that's cool. I actually, you know what? This might be a little bit controversial. I don't know if it is. I really like this fight. I like the fact Batman's moveset mixes in with Joker's. Like, I just think that's just such a cool visual. It's a lot of fun. You're just beating people up. No, actually, I'm going to move it down. I'm going to move it to pretty good. It is still really... I stand by everything I said, but I just think these ones are a bit better. Riddler... Not the worst, not the best, it's fine. It's a top tier fine, don't get me wrong, but it's fine. Like, it's serviceable. The Cloudburst, really forgettable. It's bottom of meh. Deathstroke, awful. Just Deathstroke's in awful not because of what it was. I mean, okay, right, no, it is in awful because of what it was. It's not in awful because of what it was in total. It's in awful because of what it could have been. Like, it could have been so much better, and it wasn't. The weird little excavator fight against the Arkham Knight, again, meh. Is it better than the Cloud Burst? Yeah, I think it's better than the Cloud Burst. I think this is one of the better tank fights. You know what? Since it is one of the better tank fights, I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to move that there. Yeah. I feel like this is... Yeah, yeah. Alright, this is coming together. The Arkham Knight stealth fight. I do like this, to be fair. Say what you want about the reveal, and we're taking that out of it for this. Like, we're just looking at the fight. I think the fight's actually really cool. Like, the stealth bits, and there's like, you've got to work around basically every part of his arsenal. I think that's really cool. It's better than that. It's better than that. Better than Shiva? No. No, it's not. The weird thing when you just knock Harley Quinn out, again, not really a boss fight, it's more of just a big combat encounter. It's bad, like, I don't know, like, that came up and I had to think about what it was, so it's bad. Johnny Charisma, probably one of the most memorable boss fights in Arkham Knight, simply for that song. I'm going to put it there. Simply because of the song. Literally, it gets in next to the song, and the mechanics are kind of cool, sneaking around with Robin. The boxing fight in the Wild West, not... okay, right, I feel like I've got to be sensible with this. I feel like it should go here, because it is very similar to a Mr. Hammer fight, or a Mr. Sickle fight. Two-Face, big letdown. Massive letdown. Bottom of bad. For me, like, they didn't give him a health bar, they didn't give him anything. And I feel like if they had have given him something, it could have just been such a better fight in general. Because I think the premise was cool, like, the stealth encounters where he could be loud, and I genuinely think that was really cool. But, the fact you could just take him down like a normal thug, nah, it's not it. Professor Pig gets pretty high up. I know it's just, you're fighting things who can't feel pain, but Professor Pig for the visual, and Professor Pig's high up there. I'm going to put Pig below Riddler but above Joker. I feel like that's fair. I just really, I've got a bit of a bias towards Professor Pig. He's my favourite villain in Arkham Knight, but no, he's not. Scarecrow is, then Professor Pig. But the point stands. Deacon Blackfire, it's just a big combat encounter. It's going to go in... It's a big combat encounter with nothing differentiating it. Like, Joker's Funhouse is up here, right? And you could say, oh, well, they're both big combat encounters. Surely they both belong there. But no, Deacon Blackfire is literally just a big combat encounter. He's going to go in meh. I don't think he's bad. I think that'd be harsh. I mean, the side mission itself's bad, but the combat encounter's fun. Firefly, awful. I actually really don't like Firefly in this game. Like, you chase him around in the Batmobile and then he gets... then he gets KO'd. Again, is this a boss fight? Batman just interrogates a guy. Let's throw that in there. The APC chases. Okay, sure, why not? I don't mind these, actually. I don't mind them. I can go there. They're fun in the open world. The final gun runner mission. It's just the same as all the other gun runner missions, except Penguin gets knocked out in the first 3 seconds or something, didn't they? Oh, no, yeah, you come out the vault, and he's there, and he... Flying Grayson, boof. Not great. It's a gun runner mission, though. It's higher than the Cloudburst and the APCs. The fight against Nightwing in the Harley Quinn thing I really don't like, simply because it's like, oh look, Nightwing's getting his ass beat by Harley Quinn of all people. Like, it's not fun, it's not cool, it's just kind of insulting. So for that, it's going in bad. The quote-unquote fight against Two-Face is one button press, that's also bad. Okay, Red Hood against Black Mask is probably one of the better DLC boss fights. Simply because Black Mask doesn't go down in one hit. And so for that, he's going to go above Riddler, but below Anarchy. Because I am a fair man. Okay, this Joker and Harley Quinn fight I actually think is quite cool. I like the fact there's like a tag team dynamic, but like you're fighting both of them at once. This is probably one of the better Arkham Knight DLC boss fights. It's better than Johnny Charisma. It's better than the Dual Titans. Not better than the Harley Quinn's Revenge one. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Killer Croc. It's the second best Killer Croc fight, so it has to go somewhere between really great and fine. It's better than Scarecrow in Night. It's better than the Titan Sewer fight. I would argue it's better than Poison Ivy. It's better than Mad Hatter in City. I don't think it's better than Mad Hatter in Origins. And then Mad Hatter in Night, sorry. Really cool. Again, it's like this. It is entirely built on the set dressing, but like the little Easter eggs and the fact you're like a tiny Batman, and I just think that's really cool. Better than that. It's better than that. Is it? Ooh, we got Battle of the Mad Hatters. Is it better than his fight in? Is it better than his fight in Origins? I'm gonna say yes. Yeah. Okay. Better than Copperhead? No, because then we start getting into a lot of fun section. I mean, it is a lot of fun. If we're ranking these on fun, that's an entirely different thing. But that, I think, is the list. I think that is the Arkham boss fight tier list. I still can't figure out what this Brandon one is, or just the SWAT guy. Is that not just when he comes out the elevator and Gordon's there? Because if it is, then that's not really a boss fight, is it? This is just interrogating a guy. And then, like, these are all just, like, one button press thing. I feel like Firefly should be at the top of awful for the simple fact you have to do something to beat him. Like, you have to drive. But, like, Electrocutioner's one button press. Zaz, one button press. Zaz again, one batarang. Deathstroke, then, by the logic of Firefly, should actually be a lot higher up, because you do have to fight him in the tank. This isn't a boss fight. This, I don't know what that is. So Two-Face feels fair. Yeah, I feel like that's a justified. I feel like that's a justified list. So tell me what you think in the comments, because I know there'll be a lot of differing opinions. Hey, there's a couple here which I'm like unsure about. Like Ra's al Ghul, I feel bad having in a lot of fun, but like I just don't. He's never really resonated with me. Firefly and Origins feels fair. Like I feel like a lot of these are fair. Like I feel like you, even if you disagree, you could make a case for it being a correct tier list. But yeah, that's it. That is the official Charles Cardy Arkham boss battle tier list. So again, tell me what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.